How are you preparing for 2023? Hey, this is CeoTrades, where money works for you. Today we're looking at 3 simple questions here on FinanceYahoo.com. And FinanceYahoo.com offers you a lot of information on stocks and crypto, but we're just taking a look mainly at the news and how it's going to be affecting us in 2023. Number one, we can see that today the S&P 500 ended on a positive note. So did the Dow, so did the NASDAQ, and the Russell. Now, how did other commodities do? Crude oil, it ended positive. Gold as well. Silver ended a little slight on the negative side. The European currency ended on a positive note, as well as a 10-year bond on a negative. The German British pound on positive, and so on. You can see here, Bitcoin ended on a positive note. Well, it didn't end. It continues. It's 24 hours a day. But this is very important just to see on a regular daily basis, because the more you see it, the more you become familiar of what's happening in the markets in reference to investing. Now, here are some of the top stories. Let me just refresh my screen and make sure that I am getting the latest information here so that we are not just looking at what is being said from hours earlier. Senator Loomis, FTX has Ponzi scheme-like behavior. I don't know if that's true, but that's what she states. Big tech layoffs, not a sign of an impending recession. Big tech layoffs, not a sign of an impending recession. That's according to Goldman. This is a reality. Walmart, more than 100K. Those who make more than 100K in income households are shopping with Walmart. I believe that's true. I've noticed the trend change, and I believe more and more people are going into purchasing at Walmart because of the better prices. Stocks rise. NASDAQ jumps 1.5 amid more optimistic inflation data. However, there is some more news that might affect what we just went through on a positive note. Steve Jobs, Birkenstock sandals sell for $218,000 at auction. I don't know what the Birkenstock is. Oh, there it is. Some sandals or something. Target set to report earnings ahead. That's for tomorrow. Warner Brothers recovery rebuild is messy. Walmart CFO on inflation. I can't call a peak yet. Electric vehicles are not reliable. Well, that's possible. I don't know yet. Warren, because there was an accident with some Tesla on some road. Warren Buffett gets the last laugh during the bear market. I know he's purchasing into semiconductors from Taiwan. It's an amazing company, and he hasn't been investing actively in a while, but that's one of the news that's out there. Billionaire investor Ken Griffin is worried about 20-something-year-olds to 20 to 40-year-olds who are so engaged in crypto and FTXs. I don't know the truth about that, but I believe he's not far from the truth. Billionaire Carl Icahn looks for diamonds in the rough. Here are 2 stocks he's snapping up. I'm not going to look into that. The setup will be more like 1929. It's going to be a serious downfall. I don't know if you're aware of this. Poland was hit by a missile earlier today by the Russians. That is also in the talks. Another thing that's in the talks, 2023, what's happening? How is this all going to affect? There's a lot of places that are into some type of war, whether it's with currency, whether it's with debt, or just trying to acquire more territory for a different country. This is all coming up, as well as the US dollar is being immensely devalued. We don't know why it's gone under, but as long as the dollar is being printed and is being utilized, then it seems like the government believes we don't have an issue. But according to experts, we do have a serious issue. And that's why a lot of people are jumping to crypto, because you can't print anymore. You can't make up more of it. And it will be a commodity as the market crashes. It's going to crash. I just don't know when. Any of these information could have impacted it immensely, but the war, this missile that hit Poland, it didn't impact anything. COVID could have impacted because there's another wave of COVID, and they're recommending that shots be applied to 15 to 17-year-olds. This is also in the news. But these are some of the things that you should be doing to prepare. Number one is don't spend as much as you're accustomed to spending. Christmas gifts are on the rise. Thanksgiving is on the rise. Everything is much more expensive. Places like Walmart, Macy's, and all the other big chain stores, Target and so on, they have cut down their expenditures by not bringing in merchandise this year. That means that the first come, first serve will get whatever merchandise is out there. There's a limited supply of whatever it is that you want, including the iPhone 14. It's limited in supply. There's less to go around this year. That's number one. Number two is, if you cut down your expenses, you should be saving that money, not spending it elsewhere. Why am I saying this? Because it's important to save, but not only saving with a purpose, maybe to invest in a house, maybe to invest in the stock market when it comes down, tumbling down. There's a lot of news out there. I just read one thing down here. Maybe when I refreshed it, it came out, but let me just see. Well, Kathy Woods does say that we're looking at a more like a 1929 crash. Wells Fargo faces huge fine after latest scandal. I don't know how much truth there is into that, but it's probably not far from the truth. And we're looking here. Let me see. I know that Chase, I believe JP Morgan Chase reported that we're looking to have a 15 to 25%. Here we go. Morgan Stanley, sorry, expects the S&P 500 to plunge another 15 to 25% within the next 4 months. Use these three top recession resistant, whatever it is. If you want to look into this, you can go in here. But the reality is this: we're going to have another crash. I'm expecting 30% down, 30% down from whatever situation we're at, 30%. Bitcoin might hit 9,000. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Because remember, I am not your financial advisor. Always seek the advice of a professional so that you make the best decisions for you. Now, in reference to my guess on this hitting 30% down, if stocks go down 30%, S&P 500 or NASDAQ goes down in general 30%, that's a huge hit. Now, everything is expensive. We're looking at eventually having job cuts more and more prevalent. Now, I don't know how it's going to affect you, but this is the reality. Save money, get ready when that crash hits, be ready to invest because it will take a few hours before it just starts skyrocketing. Many of people who are experts in investing know that it's going to happen. When is it going to happen? It could be tomorrow. It could be the day after, but within the next 3 to 4 months or even the next year, it's going to happen. Make sure you have some money in cash so that you're able to invest in it. Don't wait till the last minute. Put it in some type of safekeeping that you can easily transfer and be ready to invest. See, if you want to double your bank account, why don't you invest in your knowledge account so that your money market account will grow multiplied until tomorrow, where we'll look at another session of the markets.